But when people start talking about college sports and basketball in particular being like in jail, though I don't like hearing them say that, I can understand why they're saying that. You're talking about extended times away from your family, being told what to do, being told where to sleep, how to sleep, where to sleep, what to eat, how to eat, what to eat. You're talking about working from the sweat of your own brow, sun up to sundown. You're talking about being quarantined off from the rest of the population. If you're talking about being yelled at, if you're talking about all those things, then I can see where you're coming from as it relates to being a college student athlete and jail. I can see that.
Hoop loud.
I mean, because the fact of the matter, it looks different being a student athlete than it does any other student on campus. The stakes are higher. The stakes are much, much higher. A student athlete going to a party and there's alcohol there, underage drinking, that looks a little bit different than the person that just goes to biology class and comes back to their room. It looks different and it's treated differently. If a student athlete goes through something like that, they have to not only hear from their coaches, not only from their athletic director, not only from their professor, not only from their parents, but also someone that just goes to biology class and comes back to their room and they're not part of any type of organizations or teams on campus. That looks a lot different from them because they only have to worry about their professor, if that. They don't have to worry about their parents because there are rules and regulations saying that when you get in trouble at school, they don't call your parents each time you get in trouble. But being a student athlete looks dramatically different. Just in case, like as far as your coach is concerned, your coach can run you. Your coach can take money from you as far as scholarship funds. Your coach can bench you as far as games are concerned. It looks so much different being a student athlete because there's so many things that can be taken away from you. If you're a student athlete, your coaches can, if you're on scholarship, your coaches can take scholarship money from you for the next semester. Your coaches can take playing time from you. Your coaches can run you, have you doing physical labor, running hills and doing towel drills and running sprints and gassers and all these things your coaches can do to you by being in situations like underage drinking or what have you. You don't have to deal with that when you're a normal student. Stakes are much higher being a student athlete. But with that said, I can't get on the bandwagon of it being like jail because it was the thing that was my saving grace. It was the thing that got me a master's degree. A person, and you're looking at a person that failed the 6th grade, was socially promoted from the 8th to the 9th grade, was in special education classes for much of my time before high school. If it wasn't for basketball, I would not have gone to college. No doubt in my mind. The best I would have done, and there's nothing wrong with this for those who have done this, but the best I would have done is probably got my GED and went to a trade school or the military. And again, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But basketball was able to open up doors that I would have never had it afforded to me. So though people may compare it, the jail is the very thing that I needed to have that opportunity, and I did the best I could do with it. Though it bothers me when people call it jail, the thing that really bothers me are the people that have the mindset of it's like jail. Say, for instance, both schools I went to, the junior college I went to in Utah and the 4-year school I went to in Arkansas were both located in small rural areas. And what I found out is, and I found out really quickly, many of my teammates were from large cities like Atlantic City, New Jersey, Las Vegas, Chicago, New York City, Tampa, Miami. They were from larger cities. And what I realized really quickly is those individuals didn't like the small town. They were used to the hustle and bustle of big towns, and I get it. But one thing stood out to me about those individuals is they always told me that they were there just for their sport. They were there just for basketball, and they were counting down the days so they can get out of this small town. I'm just here for basketball. Many of them will say, I'm just here for this sport. I can't wait till I get down here. I can't wait till I get out of here. I'm counting down the days. And that reminds me of prison or jail. If you're in college and the only thing that you look forward to is your sport and the day that you're no longer in that atmosphere, you're missing out on a lot of the things in between. If the highlight of you playing college basketball, if the highlight of you being in college, you leaving, then you've already lost. You've wasted your time. There are resources, there are relationships, there are things that you have available to you that you don't even know. That's beyond your sport. That's beyond your sport. And a lot of times when I say that, it makes it sound like I'm being a freeloader. It makes it seem like, oh man, size up everybody so you can see who, because you never know who they may be and you may be able to use them later. And that sounds like you're being a freeloader. But what I want you to think about that in the reverse as well. Think about some individuals that not only could help you, but you could help them in the future. What if you're a CEO of a company, and what better way to build those relationships and see who you may want to hire in the future than you actually open up your eyes and see who's around you now? So it goes both ways. You can be of help to others, and others can be of help to you in the future. But you don't get that if you just have the mindset of, I'm just here for my sport, I'm just here so I can hurry up and get up out of here. You're leaving money on the table, you're leaving resources on the table, you're leaving relationships on the table, you're leaving a lot on the table. And I don't want you to do that.
Hoop Loud is.